Welcome back to the deep dive. We're looking at a fascinating stack of research today, all pointing towards a very specific travel trend for 2026.
hmm
The headline is Luxury Naturist Travel, but the more you read, the more you realize it's not really about the nudity at all, is it?
Not in the way people might think. The real story here is this hard pivot from, performative luxury.
Gold taps, champagne towers, that kind of thing.
Exactly. A pivot away from that and towards what the sources are calling elemental wellness.
Elemental wellness. Okay, so what does that actually mean?
It's a fundamental shift. Basically, it's about prioritizing nervous system regulation, somatic restoration. At the end of the day, for this ultra-wealthy group, a vacation isn't just a treat.
Right.
It's essential maintenance for chronic stress. And for a certain subset, the most direct path to that is removing the final barrier clothing to just connect with the sun, the sea, the air.
So the nudity is almost utilitarian, a tool for health. The research mentions eco-nudism a lot. How is that different from just, a standard naturist beach?
Well, Eco-Nudism integrates that lifestyle into the actual architecture. It's a sleep-forward design philosophy. You're staying in these bioclimatic structures,
So the building itself is part of the therapy?
pretty much. They regulate temperature naturally. They have circadian lighting. The building and the lack of clothing are meant to work together to reset your biological rhythms.
Let's get specific because the locations they're really varied. Where are we looking for the peak of this trend in 2026?
If you want the social version, the data points to the Hidden Beach Resort in Mexico. It's this gourmet-inclusive place.
And the key there is the architecture again.
Yeah, the swim-up suites, they all connect to a lazy river, so you can go from your private room to the water without ever needing to cover up. It manages to have a social scene, but also total seclusion if you want it.
But then there's let's call it the hardcore version of this, Mykonos. Aleomandra specifically.
That is the absolute pinnacle of what they call curated seclusion. We're talking private stone villas where the price, it can hit 14,000 euros a night. Yeah. You're paying for invisibility. These places have underwater cocktail bars, private helipads. You just bypass everything. No airport, no lobby.
The ultimate luxury really is just not being seen.
That's it. And for people who want to be on the move, there's that cruise, the Bare Necessities one.
Right, from Malaga to the Azores, that one sounded different.
It's on a luxury tall ship with handwork sails. The source framed it in a really interesting way. They called it the luxury of deciding what not to wear.
I like that. It's about the feeling, the tactile experience.
And then on the total opposite end, you've got the wilder options. No service, no helipads.
Just raw nature.
Exactly. Like Stiniva Cove in Croatia. They call it a floating museum because the cliffs frame it so perfectly. Or Happy Bay in St. Martin. Literally no facilities. The luxury is just the isolation.
But no matter where you are, there's a really strict social contract that makes all of this work. It's not a free-for-all.
Oh, it's much stricter than a standard resort. The number one rule is the bum rag.
The bum rag.
You have to carry a towel and use it on any shared furniture. It's about hygiene, but it's also a sign of respect. The bigger rule, though, is no photography.
And that's non-negotiable.
Absolutely. The guarantee that you won't end up on social media, that's the real product they're selling. The luxury of privacy.
I was also surprised by the packing list. You'd think naturist travel means an empty suitcase.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Because you're exposing so much skin to the sun, you can't just use any old sunscreen. The expectation is high-end mineral stuff like Isdin, which has DNA repair sums to actively fix skin damage.
And you can't be naked everywhere, like in the dining areas.
Right, that's where transition wear comes in. Think Inguiner sarongs, brands like Turk and Turk, elegant, easy to take on and off.
So 2026 is really looking like the year of skin-to-sky freedom.
It's all about removing barriers, absorbing vitamin D, regulating those circadian rhythms. It's redefining a vacation as a kind of a medical necessity.
Which leaves us with this final thought from the research. If removing the physical barrier of our clothes can offer such profound mental regulation, what other invisible barriers in our daily lives might be preventing us from a true connection with our environment? Thanks for deep diving with us.